That's me. I mean, I think they've got my cat, Cosmo, far more accurately, because I don't think that looks like me. Well, the cake is accurate because I am a big cake fan, but I don't know if that looks like me. I don't know.
I don't think it's the most flattering version of you. And also, they've got the text, I noticed this, is slightly off-centre.
Oh,
whereas
no.
a human designer would probably see that and think, oh, it just looks wrong.
Yeah, AI wouldn't get annoyed by that, would it?
We've got mine as well. I mean,
no,
to be honest,
the text is still a bit off with yours as well, isn't it?
The likeness isn't bad, but I did have to go in and ask them. I'm talking like it's a human. Ask ChatGPT to make the hair slightly curlier.
But it's still, the hair is very bang on, but it still doesn't look like you, does it?
Yeah, that's the thing. And then, so I think we got the reworked one just to see, because with all of this, that's it. See, I think that's a slightly better likeness. But I was doing it, and it takes time, and obviously it's taking computing power and all of that. And, that's what we are going to discuss as part of the whole trend. And joining us is Dr. Kate Miltner, lecturer in AI and a technology researcher. This looks like a lot of fun, but it's showing us the increasing capabilities of this technology.
Yeah, it really is incredible. But one of the things that you kind of pointed out, Ben, is that it actually requires, AI models can only work really well when you give them a lot of detail and a lot of instruction. We say it's artificial intelligence, but it's actually not intelligence the way that we think about it in terms of brains. It's actually just a whole bunch of statistics and a whole bunch of calculations happening really, really quickly.
Well, one of my colleagues made the first version that we saw. I'll confess, very honestly, not only did I say make the hair a bit curlier, I also said make the doll a little slimmer. Because I thought it was hardly flattering. But anyway, sorry, that's just my vanity coming in.
I think we should just start, first of all, for people watching at home who haven't seen this trend, just explain, because we've seen companies join in on the act, we've seen Royal Mail do it. Just explain very briefly what all this is about.
Yeah, so this is a trend where people turn themselves into dolls or action figures. It's very popular on social media, and so as sort of like an AI trend, people are sort of getting in on the game. This is not the first time that there's been a sort of fun AI trend like this. I don't know if you remember Lenza back in 2022. All those pictures of people looking like astronauts. Do you remember that on social media?
Really?
Well, that was kind of the first trend, maybe some 90s yearbook photos you'd seen. So this is a way that people engage with AI in a sort of fun way.
But there are concerns, aren't there?
Yeah, there are concerns. There are concerns in terms of privacy. So ChatGPT's default is to use any data that you put into the system as training data. So if you upload a photo and you don't go into the settings and turn off the make the model better for everyone setting, then your picture will end up as training data to make the model better, and you can't really get that back.
But crucially, it's out of your hands, because if a friend or a family member decided to do it for you,
yes,
they are uploading the picture, and it might be with the most innocent of intentions.
Yes.
And they say, look, I've made you look like an action figure. And that's your image and a bit of info about you. They'll say what your hobbies are. They'll say, what you do for a job.
Yeah, I think generally it's not necessarily going to connect these things with you particularly. If you're a public figure, so maybe the two of you, it might be more of a concern. I think for the average person, that's less of an issue. But, it is information about yourself that is ending up in these models, and you don't really know what's going to happen to that.
Also, I know, sorry, Laxmi, the other thing I noticed, because I hadn't had a ChatGPT account, and in order to do this, I had to sign up.
Yeah.
It wanted my full name and my date of birth, and I thought, why does it need that? And actually, this fun trend is nudging me into giving data to this company.
Yeah, so the reason they're asking for your date of birth is actually something called age verification. So people who are under the age of 13 are not supposed to use ChatGPT. It's very similar to social media platforms. That's a legal requirement in the UK and in other countries like the US. The rules also state that if you're under 18, you need a parent's permission to use the tool. And so, they're supposed to sit down with the parent and read the entire terms and conditions, which the likelihood of that, maybe not so much. So this is really ChatGPT trying to defend itself legally against risk. So, they're trying to be able to maybe track what you're doing. If you're doing things with the platform that aren't so great, then they want to know who you are.
OK.
We'll have to leave it there. Dr. Kate Miltner, thank you for coming in and talking us through some of that.
Thanks so much for having me.
Thank you very much. And thank you for watching. That's all from us for today. Breakfast is back from 6 o'clock tomorrow morning.
But for now, enjoy.